Okay, I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to make percentages with this data. So we did this in Math 8, but I will tell you it was at the end of the school year last year. But if you want to go back into Math 8, it's Math 8 Unit 6, and you can access Illustrative Math, and you can go back in and kind of review some of the stuff we did back in Math 8. But we talked about these types of tables in lesson 10. So it would have been at the end of the unit, right before the test. So some of you may have forgotten, okay? But it's actually really easy and really simple. So I'm going to show you, based on this example here, that Fatima sent me. Okay, so the survey shows that a total of 1,432 people were surveyed. So that's important data. So that would be our total. So anytime you are working with percentages, it's a fraction. So we have the numerator and the denominator. And the denominator is telling us the total altogether. Okay, so that would be everything, the total surveyed. And the top is telling us what part, the part, okay, that we're talking about specifically. So, like those who eat breakfast, those who take vitamins, how many out of the total. Okay, so anytime we're working with any data, we need a numerator and a denominator. So we would say, like, the number of people who eat breakfast out of 1,432. So let's take a look at just eat breakfast. So if I go across that table, 384 people eat breakfast and take daily vitamins. So the part would be 384. And the total is the number of people surveyed. Okay, so that is our numerator and our denominator. Now remember, you might forget this. This is something that people often forget, but whenever you have a fraction, it's the same as a division. Okay, so a fraction is a division problem. And a lot of people forget this. Okay, so instead of once we write it as a fraction, we have the part, the number of people who eat breakfast and take daily vitamins, out of the total of people surveyed. Okay, then we can just divide. So 384 divided by 1,432. Now I don't have my calculator on me. I left my phone in the other room, but this is going to give us a decimal. Let's see. I'm just going to pop open here a Google calculator. Okay. I usually use my phone, but this will work. Okay, so the number of people who take vitamins and eat breakfast, not very many people. I'm one of them. I don't take vitamins, but I don't eat breakfast. So I would be in the non-category. All right, so 384 divided by the total number of people surveyed, 1,432. And that equals, okay, so right away we're like, what the heck is that, right? It's a decimal. It's definitely going to be a decimal because look at the number. Anytime you're dividing a larger number into a smaller one, so 384 divided by 1,432, you know you're going to get a decimal. So this is actually going to work out to 0.268. Now, I usually tell kids 3 decimal points. I usually say 3 decimal points because what we can do with this is we can say, all right, well, I know that this 8 would round this up to 0.27. So if I want 2 decimal places, because that's what I want for a percent. Percents are always out of 100. Okay, percents are out of 100. So think about your tests, right? I have a 100%. So your goal is to get a 100%. A 100% means everything is 1 out of 1. Okay, so I know that I need 2 decimal places, and that is because 0.27 is like 27 out of 100. So if you had that as your test score, 27 out of 100 is 27%. So if you can get your answer into 2 decimal places, there's other ways you can do this, but I always find it the easiest if I have a run-on decimal to just round to 2 decimal places, the tenths and the hundredths. And the reason why I have that third is so I can see what to do with the hundredths. So I have my tenths and my hundredths. That's 27 out of 100, which is 27%. Once you have it written as a fraction out of 100, it's just easy. It's the numerator. Okay? All right, so let's try another one. All right, let's look at this other one here. All right, people who eat breakfast but don't take vitamins. Okay, people who eat breakfast and don't take vitamins. So that would be 476. So that's my part. 476 is my part out of the total number of people surveyed, 1,432. All right, I have it written as a fraction. Remember, a fraction is division. So I can go back into my calculator now and I can just divide. Let's clear that out. Bring my document camera back up here so I can see mine work. All right, 476 divided by 1,432. Notice the denominator is never changing because that's our total. That's the total number of people surveyed. That's always going to be the denominator for this problem because 1,432 people are the ones surveyed. All right, 476 divided by 1,432 equals. All right, that would equal 0. Again, look at that decimal, okay? So if I divide this, this equals to 0.332. Remember how I told you to go for 3 places? This 2 is not going to do anything to my 3. My 3 hundredths, this 2 thousandths, isn't going to change anything about my decimal. So this is 33%. How do I know it's 33%? Well, this number I can drop because I don't need it. I only would want that third decimal place so I can see if I need to round. These are my tenths. Okay, these are my tenths. These are my hundredths. This is like back to like elementary school. And this would be 33 out of 100. Okay, a 33 out of 100 is 33%. Done. Okay, so you'll go through each one of those situations, and the smaller number is the part. That's how many people fit that category. The total number of people surveyed is 1,432. Okay, numerator, denominator. Hope this helps.